This is what I call a gold mine.
I just don't know again if it's a hunter. I don't think it is, man. That's deep up in that country.
I kind of wish it was. Would it be easier if they were scattered all across?
Yes, because you would have them different places and more of an opportunity to get on one bird. Six birds is tough, man, to get on to kill one. But we're gonna let's walk this ridge line out down here and see how steep it is down at the far end, and then from there, we may if it looks like they're working into the bottom, we're gonna work into the bottom. Okay.
See if we can get one.
Yeah, man, I wish I'd have brought more water. Whew.
I'm not that thirsty.
Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Anyway, we can just like.
Ready?
Yep.
Let's try it.
Here goes the barn house.
Cooper, what'd you just do?
I just killed a turkey.
Is that your first turkey?
First turkey ever.
Ooh, Merriam Gobbler. Whew. He got you a Jake, buddy. Good job. He's got a good little beard.
Where is it?
Right there by your boot.
This one?
Yes, sir.
This is his beak.
That's him. Give me some again, dude. Oh my gosh, Cooper. Oh my gosh. You set him down, man. Good job. Everybody else went that way, and oh, I couldn't be prouder, buddy. Let me tell you something. You stinking earned it.
On Wednesday.
Hey.
The last day.
How long have we been tracking these birds?
Hours. Like, what time is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look here in a second. Oh my gosh.
About 9.
Cooper, we were clear.
All the way up there on that mountain,
On
right
that
there
mountain.
on the top.
Yeah,
And
and guess what, Cooper? It took us 30 minutes to get to that point. Oh my gosh. What do you think of that? Huh? You little jerk. You killed a turkey, clear down in here, and now we got to pack him out. Revive him and turn him loose. You got him, buddy. He's done. Oh my gosh. Cooper. Hold your gun.
Yeah.
Your dad's gonna flip out, man. He's gonna flip out.
You said you killed your turkey last Wednesday, right?
I did.
I knew luck would come. I knew it.
Wednesday's our day, man. Whew, my gosh. You got one of the Jakes. We picked one of them off. All right, you got a knife? You do, don't you? You have a rock or something? Okay, open your knife.
No?
Yep. Careful, May, not March. There you go. That's good. Can you pop that out?
There we go. And
Today's the 3rd. All right. So you're gonna notch that 3 out. Very good. Can you pull it out?
Yep.
That dude. Hold his tail.
His feathers.
Get in there behind him, Cooper. Look at that. Ain't that pretty?
His feathers are shining like a rainbow.
Yeah.
They're making rainbow color.
Let's thank the Lord for him right quick, you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, Heavenly Father God, we just thank you, Lord, for this adventure that you let us come out and be a part of this morning, God. We thank you for this bird, Lord, putting him on this earth, Father, and God, for all your creation, Lord. God, we thank you for the blessing again. In Jesus' name I pray it, amen. Fan it out, open it up, because he was strutting, remember?
Yep, this is
Earlier,
strutting.
one of them was. Tell us, Cooper, what do you think?
Well,
You've been on your first mountain hunt, buddy.
yeah.
Well, not your first hunt, but your first successful
Turkey.
true mountain hunt, right?
Yep.
Where Cooper and I we have careened off of a mountain up there, and we're in the Tongue River Break. It's a pretty rugged little place, This is a true mountain wild bird hunt. And we couldn't have been more blessed this morning to pick this young guy off out of 5 or 6?
6.
Six
Dog
birds,
birds.
1 mature bird and 5 of these young guys hanging out, and they were kind of strutting around him but not getting too close to him. And Cooper made a heck of a shot at 47 yards and just set him down. I mean, he didn't even move.
I believe it's 47.
It's 47. I ranged it.
120 feet.
The big bird came through. Now he was a little bit further.
Yeah, he's
Probably
about.
he was about 50. And
Could've shot from there.
well, were you on him?
No.
I thought once I told you to gas him, didn't I?
No, you told me to gas one of the back ones.
Okay, I think well, that one, remember, we were on him for a little bit, but he had that other one right behind him.
Yeah, so
Well, tell about how we got here, Cooper.
we were up here trying to follow one of the birds that my dad thought he heard yesterday.
Yep,
And
same birds.
it's coming through the meadow. Is this the same meadow that we saw from up there? Or
I
was
think this is the far end of it. Where we seen him earlier, Cooper, was that way,
Yeah.
I don't know, a couple 100 yards, maybe they were in a flat. And I don't know, Cooper, I think it may have even been up high. I think we're in the very bottom. So remember whenever we watched them earlier, and they started working down in those woods, and I told you, I said, boy, the ideal if we could get to this bottom and meet them here.
Yep,
And what happened?
we got him.
They read the script, didn't they?
Yeah. We
So
caught-
was it an easy walk getting down here?
Oh, sure. No, it wasn't.
It
Of course
wasn't?
It wasn't. That's how hunting does. Nothing's easy.
How many times did we get cliffed out and have to back up? At least
5.
4 or 5 times. We actually were trying to work down in here and we'd get cliffed out, have to back out, and we finally came down a long point over here. And it is just full of gullies and rocks, and Papa Scott hit the deck once, didn't I? Did a little sit down there, but other than that, nobody else fell or anything, so we've done good. I couldn't be prouder. I really couldn't. Cooper, you've come of age, buddy, in turkey hunting, and it's a Jake, and I don't care, and I won't back up from nobody about it. Son, that just getting here was a man's work, and he just come on. But again, he was setting up on that knob, and he heard this bird 1/4 mile across the canyon holler, gobbling at us. And he looked right at me. He goes, "I want to kill that gobbler." And I could see it in your eyes. I thought, yeah, he's getting it now. Was your heart beating?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Even 10 minutes after.
You got some little nubbin spurs right there.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Let me go grab the camera and I'm gonna get some up close. You just sit right here and hold them legs up, kind of like. Why would a kid shoot a bird clear down in the bottom like that? 500-foot elevation gain to get him out of there, Cooper. You're supposed to say, 'cause you told me to, Papa.
'Cause you told me to, Papa?
Yep, I said give him the gas, didn't I?
Yep.
Shoot him, Cooper, shoot him now. I think that's exactly how I said it. You're like, now? I'm like, yep, shoot him now. And we're on this elevation, and these mountains here
Suck.
coming up out of this Tongue River breaks. And it's so steep that when you set the bird down, you better have a leg in front of him because he's gonna roll off the mountain. Whew. I don't know, we may be halfway there. Do you think this is easier than what we did this morning? You don't? You would want to climb back up out of that? But, I mean, climbing out.
Oh, no.
Dude, we scrambled some nasty stuff. Like, I was looking for rattlesnakes every other step. Is your heart still pounding?
No.
Good. All right. You ready to take off?
Yep.
All right. Here we go. Short, choppy steps up there, young man. I think I'm going to and see if I can get in the shower. Maybe wash my clothes. I've talked to your dad. Because I don't, well, after I do 3 miles of this, I'm not going to have another hunt in me today. We were up on that point. That's the first visual we got on those gobblers, was that point across this wash out here. And we went back to the north, I believe, down a ridge line, and we got cliffed out several times trying to get down into those bottom fields where Cooper shot him. And we picked a different route coming back out. When we hit the road up there, we should be 200 or 300 yards from our truck. We were only one ridge line over, but so far it's paid off. It's not anywhere near as rough as the one we went down to get down to that bird. And I knew going down, I really didn't want to go back up it, but once we were committed, we were just going. And we, of course, wound up. Cooper had a good morning, and we were blessed big time. Got one of those 6 birds on the ground, and here we are. Cooper decided he needed something to eat. He probably burned about 2,000 calories so far today.
I'm in a Big Mac.
Yuck. That sounds gross. So anyway, we're taking a quick break here, and then we're going to head on up. Whew. Goodness gracious, Cooper.
I'm eating all the nuts. Oh no, that was where they were walking around.
Open that fan up again, Cooper. Let me see it. I'm going to do a little video clip for the video. Cooper's first Merriam gobbler. And we are working this bird out of here. We've been, I don't know how long on it, probably close to an hour, haven't we? But we were in that field right down there. That green field, I believe, is where he shot it. And we, when we first saw the birds, we were on that point right over there. And we'd eased out on it. We'd actually come from the roads back here, I don't know, a quarter. And we got cliffed out 2 or 3 times trying to drop off in this bottom. We could hear him gobbling. And they were right over there on the other side. There's a little meadow up there. Anyway, we went down the north side of that point and dropped down the back, and we came out down through a canyon down there and out into the edge of that field. And literally, just we could hear the hen calling, and the gobbler would gobble when I'd call to him, wouldn't he, Coop? Mm-hmm. And we were getting set up on a pine tree right on the edge of that field, and I got my back to the field, and Cooper said, he said, there's a hen there looking at us, I think, Papa. And sure enough, man, those hens had already, they had us dead to rights and caught us they were probably 150 yards away. And we literally just had to sit down in an impromptu way, but we were good. We didn't spook them, and we got right by that tree. And it took, how long do you think it took us to call them in until you shot? At least 30 minutes, a good 30 minutes before we would work him across. And so unfortunate, I could not risk trying to set a camera up because I had all those turkeys. So we had 5 or 6 hens and 6 gobblers in that field. And man, I'd call, and Cooper got to see his first full strut gobbler, and it put on a show, didn't he, Coop? Mm-hmm. And finally, these jakes, there was 5 jakes and the big gobbler, and one of them drifted in within range and gave old Cooper the green light. And man, I mean, he put a shot on that dude and just set him down right where he was at. He never even hardly flinched. But he got to put his boot on his head, didn't he, Cooper?
Yep.
What do you think, buddy? So where are we heading? We're going right back. We got to get up and out of this. We got about 200 feet of elevation gain yet, and I don't know how much to travel, but it's just slow and steady. Anyway, nowhere else I'd rather be right now. I mean, nowhere.
All right, so tell me the story.
So when we got here, we walked around like the giant hill, and then so as the turkey was gobbling, he was like down in like a meadow or something like that. They climbed up the hill, and we just came around. We got cliffed out like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, trying to get down there. I mean, literally, we'd hit a point and you're like, yep, this one ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And finally I said, Cooper, we gotta go down the Dragon's Back, man. We just gotta go down that long northern slope
Yeah.
and hang a left.
Will we
And let me tell you, we got down in there, and it is like a canyon land.
Oh, yeah.
It's like if
Yeah.
I was a bandit in the old days, I'd be hiding out right down in there where we went through. And I remember going through it thinking, if he kills a bird, I don't think I want to come back.
No, you guys made the right choice looking at it.
He could see it through those binos. I think I filmed this, but I don't know. And I'm shooting a little film, and he was like, pulls him down. He looks at me and goes, I want to kill that gobbler. But he had that look in his eye. And I just said, oh no. So
Yeah.
I told him, I said, I think they're going to hit that bottom. And I said, if we can meet them there, then we'll be good.
Yeah, yeah.
Badlands.
Well, can we go back
I
to
cranked it one more time, and he gobbled. I said, all right, we're all in, man. Let's go. And we got through that, and I was literally looking for rattlesnakes at that point.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're in here. I mean, they're in here.
And drops.
Yeah.
And we were going to cross that before I called. And I told Cooper, I said, I don't want to give up my position until I'm ready to sit down and kill him. And we could hear the hen, and I could tell she was already in the bottom. But he didn't gobble, and I didn't want to call at him.
Yeah.
So we were starting to cross that creek with the trees, and I said, no, let's back out. We're going to get busted. So we backed back out again, came around, went through a wash, we were right on the edge of that field, and there was a nice big old pine tree, and it
Yeah.
had some stuff behind it. And I said, there's where we need to get. Had my butt to the field. Cooper's sitting to my left, got his gun laying there. It's loaded. We loaded it
Yeah.
already. Cooper goes, Baba, I think that's a hen standing there looking at us. And I literally was like putting this cushion down, and I looked underneath my arm, and I said, upside down, yeah, you're right. We're done, man. They were busted. I said, sit real still. Don't move a muscle. And I was literally like this and looking under my arm, and he's looking at her. She drops her head and goes to scratch, and we could see some more.
Yeah.
Well, I just ran her in here, and I had him positioned to where he could swing across the field.
Yeah.
And that hen, we got set right there, and I got his gun in his lap, laid across his legs. I said, all right. It said, it's on. We somehow got by with that. Well, we could see 3 or 4 hens there, and I ranged them. They were about 130
Okay, yeah.
at that point. Well, that one called, and finally he gobbled, and you could just see the
Fan.
big bird's fan. Well, but then these guys popped up. Yeah. Well, then it turned into a 30-minute game of closing from 130 yards till this one drifted to our right at 47. Man, I'd already told him, I said, if you drop one and it's a big strut fest, set tight.
Yeah.
I said, I might. And I'd already said, there ain't no way I'm shooting a bird down here. Cooper gets one bird. One bird's coming out. And it's going to be Cooper's, or we're coming out empty. I didn't even never did load my gun. I had my hand cupped like this for 30 minutes, literally. Never brought it down. And was casting back up through an opening.
Yeah.
It was about 80 yards wide. And I was trying to pull them hens up that to get them to look for that hen.
Yeah.
Well, they drifted right. I think, is that when I told you? I said, hey, we're going to try to get one of those jakes, which we'd already told him. I said, if I can get one of them jakes, I said, the first legal bird that I can see a beard that comes,
Careful.
we're gonna shoot.
Well, yeah.
By that time, there was 3 stragglers and this guy here. They were coming across, and I was calling a lot then, and they were kind of stopping and looking, but they were about to get past us to the right. And I thought, man, time-wise and everything, we need to make this happen now. And I knew they were, I thought around 45.
Honey.
It went something like, I was like, go ahead, Coop, shoot that one. And he was like, should I shoot him? Should I shoot him? I said, yeah, now. Shoot him now, Coop. Go ahead and shoot him now. Boom! And he just went.
Really?
Never. And then I'm like, go, and Coop's running out across there, and I'm running, and everything else takes off to the right. And, yeah, he runs up telling me, you tell it.
What do I do?
Well, stops by the birdie, it's just going, what'd I tell you?
Step on his head.
I said, get a boot on his head.
How do I do that?
And of course, by that time, I'm like, hugging and shaking him around and just high-fiving him. I said, you did it, man. I said, that is a straight up is adventure mountain hunt
yeah.
I've ever been on.
I've never killed a bird like that.
Oh my. Coop. Well, here we are, me and old Cooper. We've been rescued by
Well, not necessarily.
by Seth and
You guys
the
have a
boys.
helicopter. What?
So we're letting
You guys
Seth
have a
carry the bird. Anyway, Seth come to rescue us.